This video will be an introduction to using and customizing the Story Framework's save game system. So let's jump into the overview. So firstly, we're going to start off by explaining how the save system inside Story Framework saves and loads data. So inside your content browser, inside the Story Framework folder, if you navigate over to the save game folder, we have the SF save game BP save object. So if we open this up, we'll see a collection of all the different save variables that are used to save and load different data at runtime. And then if we navigate back to our content browser and go into Blueprints, Components, we have the SF Save Manager actor component. So this actor component is used to actually save and load information during runtime when the player is playing. So we have the autosave feature. So this just is a simple timer that saves the game every few seconds specified by the save intervals input pin. Then we have the save game, which will save variables to the save slot. So if we open this up, we'll see we have the save player data and save level data. And then we just have a simple pop-up that is displayed to visually communicate to the player that the game's been saved. Then we have the load game. This is sort of the same story, so this just loads player data and loads level data. So this save manager actor component gets attached to the player controller. So if we navigate back over to our content browser, we go to core, example, character, and we find our demo player controller. We'll see it's attached to our player controller over here under save manager. Now that we've explained a little bit about how Story Framework saves and loads information during gameplay, let's hop into setting up an example. So we have this simple ball actor that I set up before starting this tutorial, and this switch interactable just simply flip-flops between changing this actor's location. We're going to be using this actor's location as a demonstration to save and load. So if we go back and hit play, we'll see if I hit this button, it just simply moves the ball between two different locations. So now let's dive into creating a variable inside the save game object for storing this ball actor's location. So now if we navigate back to our content browser, go to save game and open up the SF save game object. Now inside the save game object, we'll add a new variable. We'll call this ball location. Change this to a vector, compile and save. Let's go back to our save manager actor component. So under save game, this will be classified as level data. So we'll save it in the level data section. So since we set this actor up with a tag, an actor tag called save demo, we can get a reference to this ball actor pretty easily through accessing that tag. So let's go back to the save manager actor component. We'll do get all actors with tag. We'll call this save demo. Let's link it up here. Get a reference to the first array index. And we will drag off the save game slot and search for set ball location. So this was the variable we created in the save game object. Let's do a get actor location. Just link this all up. Now that we are setting the variable and actually saving it, let's go on to loading this variable. So we're going to the load section, same thing, load level data. We're going to drag off the save game object reference. And we're going to search for get ball location. Now we're essentially going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to be setting the actor's location. So let's just go over to our save level data. We'll do this, we'll grab this same get all actors with tag and paste it in here. And then off of this, we're just going to do a set actor location. and plug this all in. Once that's all set up, that should be just about the entire process of creating and saving your own variables using Story Framework's save game objects and save game actor components. So if we go back into our level and test this, if we simply just change this object's position, the ball's position, we pause and click save and quit. Let's click continue to load the game. You'll see the ball's position is being saved. So if we move the ball again, read P, save and quit, and load again. The ball's position is updated in the save game object and is now loading. Now let's touch on saving and loading interactable actors information. So if we hit play, in a previous video we set up this generator to use a wrench and switch on a light. So you'll see here if we use the wrench, the light turns on. So we're going to save this state. We're going to save the light turning on and the generator converting into a static mesh. So now if we click on our generator actor, right click and find edit. Let's edit this blueprint. Now first let's save the state to the interact actors variable in the save game object. So Story Framework includes a function called save interactable actors. So this just simply saves the current interactable actor, the reference to the actor, and a data string that will be passed through when loading. So let's make this data string on. Let's get a reference to self. Now that we've saved the state, all interactable actors include a function called load from data string. So if this actor is passed in to the save interact actors, this event will be called when loading the game on this actor, since we are saving a reference to this actor here. So let's do a switch on string, since we only want this to happen when the generator is on. Once that's done, we're going to just simply copy over all this functionality that we previously used for turning on the generator and converting it to a static mesh. So now when the game loads, the same functionality will execute, we interact with the light and convert the actor into a static mesh. Now let's slightly tweak some of this functionality we set up. Firstly, we're going to reorder these two nodes, since we do not want the actor to be converting to a static mesh before we save it, since we can't get a reference to it if it's already destroyed. So let's reorder this. Then we're going to untick destroy actor, since the convert interactable actor into static mesh function uses the destroy actor save game. So this function destroys the actor and saves that destroyed actor into a destroyed actors variable in the save game object. So this is used for if you destroy an actor during runtime, when you load the game, it will destroy that actor again. So that actor will not spawn back after already being destroyed. So we're not going to use this destroy actor bool. We're going to drag off and just search destroy actor, just a regular destroy actor, since when we load the game, we do want this actor to load back. We're going to do the same thing down here. Now the reason we want this actor to load back and not be destroyed is because when we load data, we're loading it through this generator actor to interact with the light. So let's compile and save. Let's go back to the level. If we hit play, let's pick up our wrench. We'll see our light turns on. Let's pause, save and quit. Let's load the game again, and you'll see the actor is converted back into a static mesh after being loaded and the light is on. So this save game system sort of serves as a starting point for saving and loading any information in your game. But that just about covers the entire introduction to utilizing and customizing Story Framework's save game system.